What's going on again, guys? Welcome back. Today on the channel we're doing another unboxing of a Bandai Godzilla Kaiju figure, and today we have King Caesar. So we will be taking a look at this kind of rare, kind of expensive on the third-party market, a little bit more than some of the other figures, but we'll be taking a look at this Bandai Godzilla King Caesar figure. So guys, once again, my name is Matt, and this is the Pop Complex. Alright guys, once again, welcome back to the Pop Complex, and as I stated before, we have the Bandai Godzilla King Caesar figure from quite a few years ago, so we'll take a look. And again, this figure is kind of harder to find, harder to obtain than some of the others in the Bandai line. I know some of the Bandai ones in this particular packaging that have been issued to the American market, they are a little bit harder to find now because Playmates actually distributes the Godzilla line of figures now in this open air style of packaging. So we'll take a quick look here at the packaging, and of course we have the classic Bandai open air Godzilla text logo right here on the front, and then we have King Caesar strapped in with the zip ties, as you can see there. We'll flip it around to the back, and as you can see, we do have some of the other figures in the line. We have the 1954 Godzilla, which is his first appearance, 1954, the Gojira film. We have, of course, King Caesar himself and the Millennium Godzilla. So that is the Godzilla 2000 figure there, which I do not have yet in this collection, but I do have the 1954 Godzilla, and I will be unboxing him as well and taking a look at the 7-inch or 6.5-inch scale as this figure is, and I also have the giant 11-inch. So we'll take a closer look at the packaging here. Again, on the front we do have the photograph of the 1954 Gojira or Godzilla figure here on the right side, and then of course we have the classic Japanese character, the TOHO Godzilla text logo here going down the left side. If we flip it around, we just have the same Godzilla text logo on the sides, and the sides there, and then of course the bottom is just the opened bottom of the packaging. So we'll flip that around and take a closer look there. There's the barcode and legal information, and we actually have a TOHO Godzilla official stamp and a King Caesar official stamp logo there as well, as you can see. But there we go, guys. That is the majority of the packaging there. And just a little quick history about King Caesar. King Caesar is a kaiju that first appeared in 1974's Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, which was at the very end of the Showa era, right before the Heisei era took place in the early to mid 80s. But he did appear just like this. This recreates his classic appearance in that 1974 film, again, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. And his second appearance was 30 years after that in Godzilla Final Wars in 2004, and he had a much different, more modern, updated appearance. But again, 1974 recreates this appearance, the end of the Showa era, just like that. And guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's get King Caesar out of the package. Alright guys, and we're back with King Caesar out of the package. So we'll take a closer look here. And this is again the classic Showa era King Caesar. King Caesar himself is sort of an odd kaiju. He sort of embodies the mixture of a rabbit, a dog, and a Chinese dragon, sort of all reminiscent of those three, all mixed up into one ferocious kaiju. But we'll take a closer look here at the detail on the face. All right, as you can see, he has those reddish orange eyes, and you can see his teeth there. And we do have what appears to be some shine, some gloss to the paint on his eyes and around the details of his mouth, nose, and teeth. that sort of give his face and features, his eyes and mouth especially, that wet, glossy look. If we take a look, he has the 6 nodules there on the top of his head. Really good sculpting detail in the fur, the details in the fur, as you can see. Not too bad for these Bandai figures here they're not super detailed. They're not the end all be all, but they are decent for the price point that they were and are currently available for. So again, not anything detailed as far as the level that we would see from figures like NECA or some of the upcoming Super 7 Kaiju Toho classics that we would see, but for the price point, for even a casual collector, these are really good. These are really good options. So as you can see, he has the mane that kind of comes down over his shoulders and chest, and he has that fur that swirls around the chest muscles there, and sort of ends right here at the top of his stomach where we see his scales. And as you can see here, the arms we have the tufts of fur here on his elbows. Flip him around to the back here, we can see his mane, his hair, that mane that comes down over his upper part of his back there. And then again, the scales, the reptilian-like scales, and then he has some fur that covers his backside, and his tail comes out with another tuft of fur there. And looking at the detail, he almost looks like, if you look at him from just the waist down, he sort of is very reminiscent of a Goji or one of the Godzillas from the Showa era a little bit. But he's got a little bit of tufts of hair here on the back of the knees, and as you can see here, the feet and the claws here, it looks like I've got a little bit of a paint wear right there on the claw, but not too bad. I was really glad to find this guy on the third-party market at a very reasonable price. Again, he's a little bit harder to find, and he's a little bit harder to find at a decent price. But what we're going to do now is we will take a look at the articulation on this guy now that we've got a good look at his entire body and his features here. So as you know, the Bandai and the Playmates figures in this line, they're kind of a hard vinyl plastic material, but they don't have a whole lot of articulation, not a super amount of articulation, but we will go over that. I did notice, taking him out of the packaging, that there is no articulation in the head or the neck. So his head, his neck is molded in this particular angle, molded into his upper torso, so you cannot turn the head. However, to get any sort of looking to the left or to the right, to the side, there is a cut right here in his stomach and his abdomen here. So he does have an ab cut, so he can go from side to side like that. Probably a full 360 degrees. It is a little bit loose, so I'm not going to mess with that too much. But then the next points of articulation, are the arms here. He does have a cut here right in the middle of the bicep, so his arm is able to go in and out. You probably wouldn't be able to can't get a 360 degree range of motion, but again, why would you really need to do that? But the arm will go in and out. They're cut at the bicep, and it is molded there at this almost a 90 degree angle at the elbow. So that's all of the articulation in the arm that you get. There is no articulation in the wrist, so his claw is permanently facing downward, just like this one. There is no wrist articulation there, but there is another bicep cut here. His elbow is a little bit more at a 45 degree angle on this arm, so his arm will be pointed upward in that 45 degree angle permanently. But you can get some range of motion inward and outward. It's a little bit difficult where his elbow and the fur and how it's sculpted won't allow too much motion inward and outward, but you can get a little bit, just a tiny bit. And then looking at the legs are only articulated here at the hip joints, so you can get forward and back, but you can't do a full 360 degrees because of this fur here on his backside. The way that it's molded and comes down on both sides, it prevents that full range of going all the way back. So he just has on both legs a forward and back articulation there. And then the final point of articulation is in the tail. This one was a little stiff coming out of the package, but you can get a full 360-degree range of motion with the tail, and the tail is sculpted at this outward curve, just like that. He does stand up and display very well on his own. So guys, that is the Bandai Godzilla King Caesar figure. So if you would, please hit that like button if you like this video. Feel free to share it out to your fellow kaiju lovers and Godzilla fans. And if you would, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and you'll be notified by hitting that bell anytime that the Pop Complex uploads a new video. I've got some more Godzilla and Kaiju, Bandai, and Playmates figures coming that I'm going to be unboxing on the channel. So guys, if you're a big Godzilla Kaiju fan, you do not want to miss those. So you can also support the channel by going to patreon.com/the Pop Complex and support the channel that way. And check out the popcomplex.com for all of your Pop Complex merchandise needs, such as t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs. Guys, thanks for watching today, and have an awesome, monstrous day.